Hi, welcome back to Platform. It is the time of the month. So it's the start of the month, which means it's time to talk about our platform picks for August, and then at the end, give you the chance to win all 5. First up, we've got Black-Eyed Susans by Julia Heaberlin. Now, this is a really gripping fictional crime thriller about a lady who survived a brutal attack from a serial killer, and it's the testimony of her that puts the murderer in prison. However, decades later, it's not so clear whether or not the right man is in prison or if the serial killer is actually still on the loose. Next up, we have Fishbowl by Bradley Sommer. Now, Ian is a goldfish and he happens to be falling from the 27th floor of this really big apartment block. As he falls, he sees in to all these different people's lives. So Fishbowl is the story of all the different people that live in this block and their individual stories, and of course, it's about Ian, our goldfish. It's really original, definitely one you want to check out. Next up, we've got something pretty special. It is The Shepherd's Crown by Terry Pratchett. Now, this is the final in the Tiffany Aching series. It's actually also the final ever Discworld book ever. So it's a pretty big deal. Now, because this isn't coming out until right at the end of August, I can't give too much away, but I can say that if you're a fan of Tiffany Aching, fan of the Discworld series, you will not be disappointed. And obviously, because it's the last one, it's just seriously emotional. Next up, we've got Everything is Teeth by Evie, Wyld and Sumner. Now, this is a beautiful graphic novel about a young girl who is obsessed with sharks. She gets to go to Australia when she's very young because her family's from there, and that's when she first gets really obsessed with sharks. But she brings this kind of infatuation back to England where she lives in Peckham. And it's about how she kind of continues this obsession, but really how her kind of delving into this world is kind of a bit of a distraction from a lot of the other things that are going on in her family life. What makes this book so unique and special is just the absolute stunning illustrations inside. It's got this incredible mix of realism against the kind of cartoonish nature. It's all kind of monochrome, but then you have these splashes of colour that really hammer home the gory moments. It's just an absolutely stunning book to own. Last but by no means least, it's Percy Jackson and the Greek Heroes by Riordan. This book is Percy Jackson retelling some of the famous Greek god stories from his own unique kind of quirky perspective. So if you haven't read any Percy Jackson before, it's actually a really good one to start with because you really get a sense of his character, but you don't have to have read the others to know what's happening. But of course, if you have read him before, it's the same Percy that we know and love, and it's hilarious. You will not be disappointed. That's it, those are our Platform 5 picks for August. As always, if you'd like to win all 5 books we've mentioned in this video, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a comment letting us know which book you'd most like to read. And that's it from me, and I'll see you next week.